What's up, y'all? Welcome to Hamburgers and Horror, the home of meat, monsters, and metal music blaring throughout the restaurant. I'm Noah Hook, and today we're looking at Cobra Burger.
Hey, will somebody please pass the ketchup?
This is a tasty burger.
I'll take a Bordnese burger and a side of Jason fingers.
Don't skip on the meat. I got a real good eye for prime meat.
Cobra Burger is located right here in my city of Richmond, Virginia, in the beautiful neighborhood of Church Hill. The neighborhood itself is mostly residential, so you can truly just stumble upon this badass burger place while walking around. Cobra was created by three friends who have worked in the Richmond restaurant, bar, and butchery scene for a long time. They truly got their start doing pop-ups in 2017, but due to COVID, they didn't open up a brick and mortar restaurant until 2021, and for a while, that was just the iconic burger hole, as they call it, which was just a little window you would order from. Now you can go inside and enjoy the ambiance, where you'll be greeted by chill employees and some loud fucking metal, punk, and hardcore music. It's also kind of a dive bar, although I've admittedly never ordered a drink at the bar before. Add in the black walls and the crude names and language used in the menu, and you've got a vibe going. I should also note that this is a place with a quintessential Richmond attitude. Think tattoos, bandanas, gauges, t-shirts with hardcore band logos so intense you can't even read them, and leftist beliefs that they will fight you over. Like I said, it's a vibe. It might not be everybody's vibe, but it is very much mine. And this is a review I've wanted to do for quite some time now. Cobra is right up there with maybe only one or two other restaurants for my favorite burgers in all of Richmond. This is the place I recommend friends go to when they come from out of town. All their ingredients are locally sourced and just about everything is made in-house, and they actually get really inventive with their specialty burgers. I'm reviewing the burgers at home today because if I was in the restaurant, you wouldn't be able to hear me, but making the trip out there in person is definitely worth it if you're nearby. But we got two fucking burgers today, baby! Kim's out of town, so I'm going crazy. First up, we've got the Jabroni, which of course includes the patty, but also provolone, crispy salami, pickled hot peppers, shaved red onion, shreddis, red wine vinaigrette, and good old Duke's mayo. Then we also have the Lil Hands burger, which includes the patty, pimento cheese, pepper jelly, bacon, and green onion. The Jabroni is one of my go-tos and I've never had the Lil Hands, so we're going on a journey together. I also got a side of small fucking fries, which is literally what they're called, which I don't know if you can tell from this giant plate setup I've got here, but it's not exactly small. And there's also comes with a side of Cobra sauce, which is kind of like a spicier version of cane sauce, if I could quickly compare it to something. Oh, and the fries are done the Cobra way, which means they've been tossed in salt and vinegar. But hey, with all of that said, it's probably time we get started. I'm gonna be reviewing both burgers at the same time, so we'll be kind of bouncing back and forth between them, scoring different sections, and yeah, I think y'all get the point. All right, I can see bacon on this one, so it looks like we're starting with the Lil Hands. Sure y'all can get a great look at it. Try to open that up a little bit. It's slimy looking, ain't it? All right, let's give this one a go. Oh, fucking God. Just to be so clear, I'm not one of those fucking food reviewers that's like, it's just so fucking good. Every time I take a bite, like when I'm eating something mid, I'm really clear about that. This is not that. I'm gonna be making the goo-goo eyes over here. Yeah, just right off the bat, the burgers always have a really great chew to them. You can taste the beef, but there's also so much balance of other flavors coming through. You got like the saltiness of the burger and the bacon, but there's the sweetness of this like pepper jelly that they put on it that competes really well with the pimento and the green onion, and I can taste every single ingredient, which is really lovely. It's a nice symphony of different things going on, but it's also not too much and not one thing really overpowering the other. Also, I typically order a beer when I'm there, but I didn't want to pay all the extra tax and everything for DoorDash for that component, so I just got a Modelo from the fridge. All right, before I jump into the Jabroni, I'm going to take a quick fry break. And yeah, yep, all the fries are made right in-house. They cut up all the potatoes. I guess that's not that exciting, but it's a nice touch that you don't get everywhere. And yeah, they're nice, like pretty standard size. It's not like full steak fry or anything, but they're not shoestrings either. And you still get some of the potato skins on there. So it's got a nice like chew to it, a nice tough kind of exterior, but it's fluffy on the inside. And especially if you get them the Cobra way with the salt and vinegar, you honestly don't even need a sauce for them. They're so good. The sauce is also good. All right, now let's try the Jabroni. This one's almost like if a burger and Italian sub had a baby. It's got the provolone, the crisp salami, the pickled hot peppers, the shaved onions. It's a really nice combo. That vinaigrette is so good in there. Yeah, this one's got like a different kind of texture and chew to it compared to the Lil Hands. It's a little bit of a drier experience, which I don't mean like the burger itself is dry, and I don't mean that as a bad thing, but compared to the pimento and the jam, this one, it's a bit more of a solid kind of experience. There's still enough moisture in there, like that vinaigrette has soaked into the bun, and it gives you enough juice for sure, but it's not quite as like a sloppy kind of sandwich. But yeah, it's got a nice like spice level with some of the pickled peppers in there, but nothing overbearing. Like I think people are even scared of spice could eat this without a problem, but it balances well with the sweetness of some of the other components as well. And now let me take a bite of both of these again. So what burgers have you guys been eating lately? Any good local spots where you live? You've been hitting up the chains? Let me know what your favorite burger in the past like month has been. I'd love to hear it. For those of you who don't know, I travel for my full-time job, especially in the fall, so I might be coming to a city near you, and I'm always looking for a tasty burger, so please give me some recs. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show y'all the Jabroni. You probably can't tell what too much of that is, but trust me, it's tasty. Alright, I think y'all have watched me chew some food for long enough. Now I think it's time we can start scoring some of these bad boys. First up is the presentation of the burgers, which is kind of hard to score since I took it to go, but I will say that usually you get it on like a fun little tray, and it's like a nice dinery dive bar kind of experience. But that being said, I don't think it's anything too crazy or outstanding. I'll just give it like a solid 3 for the overall presentation. Up next is the size of the burger, and I'm gonna use this score for both as well since they're basically the same thing, but typically, from experience, one of these full meals absolutely fills me up. I usually have fries left over, which speaks more to the quantity of fries they give you than the size of the burger. But the burger itself, it's still a substantial size. So it's usually slathered in different toppings as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a solid we'll do an 8 out of 10, especially because you can also double up and get a double and sometimes even a triple burger as well. So if you want more meat, it's absolutely there for you as an option. I just never find it necessary because it always fills me up. Okay, up next is probably the most fun score with the toppings of the burgers. And this is where I think Cobra really excels in building really cool flavor combinations. The Jabroni is one of my go-tos at this restaurant. I've gotten it at least like 5 or 6 times before, and it always treats me right. It hits that nice sweet spot between getting like a burger and Italian sub. Like I said, it's a really rich flavor combination. And yeah, I think that it is, it's really special. I don't think I've ever had a burger quite like it with that like tanginess from the vinaigrette and like the Italian dressing and just the overall flavor combinations going on, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I think certain elements, like there could be a little more spice going on, but other than that, I really think it is firing on all cylinders. And now the little hands, this is honestly like the big surprise for me of this video. This thing is so fucking good. The combo of the bacon, the pimento, the green onion, and then it really is this jelly. You might hear like jelly, like, ew, what the fuck, why is there jelly on this burger? But grow up, it's the year 2025. There's really good jellies and jams out there that are on the more savory side that can work really well on a sandwich. This one's not even that savory, to be honest, but I think the sweetness it brings out, it still has like that peppery kind of flavor to it, but it brings out a sweetness that makes you think about the smokiness of the bacon and the saltiness of the burger. And it makes all of these ingredients sing together in a really, really lovely way. And I'm like so happy with it. Like I'm excited to eat the Jabroni, but once I'm done with this video, I'm gonna scarf this thing down so quick. And for that reason, I think I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I have no notes for it. The preparation of the burgers is always good. I wouldn't say there's usually like a ton of pink or anything. It's usually cooked pretty through. It's a pretty thin kind of patty, but it gets a nice crisp on the edges. Not totally like smashed burger level thin, but it gets that kind of charring on the outside, which is really nice, and almost that like caramelization. That's the fucking word I'm looking for. It comes together in a really nice difference of textures in such a thin patty, which is really nice. That being said, it's kind of towing the line between smash and like a regular thickness kind of burger. I think it could go further in one or other direction. Like maybe even like certain burgers have different thicknesses based on that type. That sounds like more complicated for the chefs and everything, but that would be an interesting thing that could be played with. But generally speaking, I think the burgers themselves work really well, and I'm gonna give them like, once again, maybe like an 8 out of 10. Now we get to the taste category, which is essentially like the burger plus the toppings plus the bun, like everything working all together. And yeah, I think I'm gonna pretty much stay with pretty much the same ratings that I gave them for the toppings, because I think that they are really what make the burger special. So for the Jabroni, I'm gonna say an 8.5, as I think like the toppings themselves are really good, but the burger itself complements those really well, and it's ultimately what you're going for. And I think it only enhances that experience as opposed to, you know, going and getting an Italian sub. And then the little hands. Oh God, I don't think I've ever given a burger a perfect 10 out of 10. I might be mistaken, but let me give this one more bite. Fuck it, 10 out of 10. I don't know how to describe how tasty this burger is right now. I have low-key, I've been starving myself all afternoon looking forward to this, and maybe I was just secretly in the mood for this, but it really is so tasty and so surprisingly complex in such a great way. Next up is the bun. Yeah, the buns do their job. They're nothing like too fascinating. Like they get lightly toasted, and then I think in some of the burgers they kind of get steamed along with the patties, almost a la White Castle, but I don't think that that's the case with either of these. But yeah, I think they do their job. I'll give them a solid 3 out of 5. Up next is the Frenchy fries. Yeah, I already talked about how much I love the fries. The regular ones, I'm sure they're good. They'd probably get like a 3.5 out of 5, but these I think are pushing it even further with the salt and vinegar. It gives them something unique that makes them really snackable and craveable in a way that a lot of fries just don't. They are not just functioning as a side here. Like I enjoy eating them and almost using them as palate cleansers in between every single bite. So yeah, I think I'll give them like a 4 out of 5. Cost is going to be the one section that hurts Cobra today. You're going to be hard pressed to do a burger, fry, drink combination that doesn't push you to at least around $20. I think one of these was right at the cusp of 20, and then one of the others was just a little bit over. But they're both right in the same kind of realm. So unfortunately, they're only going to get 1 out of 5 points today. But that being said, I do want to make it clear that I think the cost is worth it. Everything here is really locally sourced and handmade, and it's really fucking good. It's not quite like Five Guys level of being like outrageously priced. I think you are getting still some bang for your buck here, but in the grand scheme of burger costs, they are on the higher end. And then finally, I'd like to give out any extra credit points for something unique and exciting. And yeah, I mean, I can't just give out points because I really like the flavor combinations. That all goes into the regular points, but I will give it a point for each burger for them just being so hyper local. You can go to their website or see on their menu exactly where the beef comes from, where the buns come from. And I really love that kind of attention to detail and knowing that I'm getting like this specific grass-fed beef, for example. It's just a nice touch. All right, time for me to tally up some scores real quick. All right, so when the points are tallied up, that gives the Jabroni a 44.5 out of 60 possible points, resulting in a score of around 74.2%. The Lil Hands may be small, but they came out swinging today with 48 points, gathering it an 80%. Oh wow, this actually places the Jabroni in a three-way tie for 4th place, along with Burger Works Da Bomb and the Polish sausage sandwich from Jim's Original. And holy moly, you wouldn't believe it, that places the Lil Hands Burger at the very top of my list, usurping the Bovine Burger Concept's Belly Timber Burger, which is also one of the places I absolutely love. Not so sadly, this will knock off Wednesday's Whopper and the Cheeseburger Papadilla from the list, and I'm honestly shocked that either of those were this high to begin with, so I don't think they'll be too missed by anybody. But there you have it. Those are 2 delicious burgers from Cobra Burger. I honestly think that they are some of the best doing it in this whole city, and honestly the whole state of Virginia. Nova's got some good stuff going on with burgers too, but it's a little more high-end premier kind of stuff. Richmond itself has a really cool kind of grungy scene, and I think that's reflected in a lot of the local food spaces, and Cobra's a really great example of that. But it's also a city that really loves food, and I think that that love for pure ingredients and simple but effective flavor combinations also come through. But if you live in or anywhere near or plan on traveling to Richmond at any point and you're in the mood for a burger, this is the place I would recommend you go to. There's a couple other really good spots, but I think this place is really unique to the city and it's a fun place to check out for sure. But yeah, that about wraps it up. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you get to eat some tasty burgers soon. Thank you all so much for joining me, and an extra thank you to my patrons. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out either the Patreon or brand new thing, you can become a channel member if you're interested in supporting the channel further. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining me. Hope you all have a great night and stay safe out there. Thanks for watching my review of Cobra Burger. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe so you can keep up with all my burger related videos. And if you want to help support the channel further, you should check out my Patreon account. You'll be able to vote for future movies and sometimes burgers that I review on the channel. Thanks y'all.